Economy and pocketbook issues continue to be a top concern for many voters. Now, a new report out from economists at Grand Valley State University looks at the state of West Michigan's industrial economy. 13 on Your Side political reporter Josh Albertus spoke to one of the authors of that report, and he joins us now with what it says.
Yeah, Juliet, this is a regular monthly survey from the university's business college, so it's not in response to or in connection to the fact that we are in the midst of a big election season centered around economic conditions, but that context just can't be ignored.
It's all eyes on the economy, or at least it seems that way amidst a busy Michigan election season.
Money in your
increasing affordability.
In fact, spring polling from the Detroit Regional Chamber showed economic concerns topped the charts for likely primary voters in both the Republican and Democratic lanes. But how are industrial economic conditions in our neck of the woods?
Generally, our survey for this past month has been very positive.
Brian Long and experts at Grand Valley State University on Friday released a new survey testing the waters of the West Michigan industrial economy.
What we survey is industrial companies in the greater Grand Rapids area, specifically Kalamazoo, Grand Rapids, and we consider ourselves to be the West Michigan business survey.
While not as strong as June, July metrics for employment, production, and business improvement all remained positive.
Despite all the negative comments that we are getting from some of our participants, they don't see a problem because of new orders basically holding up.
But it wasn't all coming up green.
We cannot sustain this pace for another 4 months, writes one of the companies.
So what may be some challenges? When it comes to higher prices for industrial inflation, Long points to things like oil prices, strong demand, and tariffs. The environment has encouraged industrial players to look at domestic sources, he said, but tariffs can lead to higher prices.
Most everybody considers these temporary tariffs to be just that, temporary. They don't expect this to be long term. But on the other hand, we can't tell from one date to the next exactly what is going to happen. This is a major complaint of our survey respondents.
Just last week, Governor Gretchen Whitmer's office releasing reports from multiple state departments following an April executive order after she directed them to examine how tariffs have impacted Michigan industries and consumers. Reports detailed conditions like increased consumer prices and millions in lost revenue at the U.S.-Canada border. Late last month, President Donald Trump defended his economic direction at a General Motors facility in Milford.
My policy is simple. If you make your truck or your car in a foreign country, you have to pay for the privilege of sending it into our market and making a lot of money.
So what does what they're finding in this survey mean for everyday local consumers? Well, luckily, Long said industrial inflation doesn't automatically spill into consumer inflation. What these signs tell us, he said, is that the local economy is reasonably strong, jobs are still available, but maybe not as many as just a few years ago. Juliet.